What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Blast. This episode, we're going to be talking about Jessica getting kicked out of Girls' Generation, the details surrounding that, and my personal thoughts. So let's get straight into it. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MW K-Pop, bringing you the first ever episode of the K-Pop Blast, which is a news show where I take some of the big news story of the day, and I fill you in on the details and give some personal commentary on what is going on. So today's story is going to be covering Jessica getting kicked out of Girls' Generation, which is the big news of the day, big news of the month. One of the big stories of the year, and it is as a K-pop fan, it's very disappointing. It's a thing. I don't know what to say, really, but I do have some opinions. But before we get into that, let's run down basically the timeline of events on what has happened over the last 24 hours or so. So first, she makes a post on her only social media network that she'd been kicked out of the group and she doesn't know why. It's really sad because she was, she put her everything into the group and all that stuff, and she doesn't know why she's been kicked out. So that's, makes everyone a bit curious. That's a bit weird. Why would one of the members be kicked out of the best #1 girl group in K-pop? Why would that happen? Well, and that basically has led to the initial speculation that, well, her account's been hacked and it's all fake. It's not really happening. But shortly afterwards, it was revealed that she was not at the airport with the rest of the group as they're preparing to leave to China for a fan meeting. And then after that, all kinds of juicy bits of information started coming out from various news sources. Most of them including Tyler Kwan, who is at the very least a business partner, if not a potential husband of Jessica. Who knows? Because we've got all kinds of stuff coming out, and some of it could be true, all of it could be true. But what is really the stuff that's going on with her? Well, one, it's kind of been known that she is an aspiring fashion designer. So, I think earlier in the year or something like that, she launched her own, fashion line, and she's been working on doing that. Tyler Kwan is a huge investor in that. So he is, at the very least, a business partner with her and all that stuff. But it's also been said that they are in a relationship and they're planning on getting married at some point. Yeah. Which is, it's a thing. They've been around for a long time. They can get married and all that stuff. But that's not the point. So Tyler Kwan, news, things come out. And then early in the morning, SM releases their statement saying, well, yeah, it's official. She's out of the group. She still is with SM, though, so we're going to be promoting Girls' Generation as 8 members, but we'll also be supporting Jessica in solo activities, which is great, I guess. It's a thing. At least she's not completely, kicked out of the company. She's going to have some chances to promote herself and do some other solo activities, which is fantastic. And the reason that they gave for her removal from the group is that this spring, either the spring that was of 2014 or spring of 2015. I want to say that it was this last spring, right? It was basically like they had said, she had come to an agreement with the company that this is going to be her last, or that she was going to do one more album with the group and then she would be done. Because she's trying to focus on her fashion design career, which is good. That's fantastic. She should do that. I would support her doing that any day of the week, whatever. But there were concerns arose out of that with her commitment to Girls' Generation over her fashion career. And, I guess people were, the other members and the company were like, she's a bit more concerned with her fashion career than she is with promoting Girls' Generation. There's been some conflicts. Obviously, Girls' Generation is not the most important thing anymore. And so, as they worked to come to some sort of resolution, ultimately it comes down to she's been removed from the group, apparently. And it all came as quite a shock, as a few weeks ago there was the news that all the members had re-signed with SM for another 3 years. So obviously everyone thought that, well, that's fantastic. They're going to be Girls' Generation for 3 more years at the very least. You know, they've been a group that's been around for a long time, so their contracts or the group is bound to disband at some point in the very near future. But you know, 3 more years is good. Everyone was happy about that, me included, because I'm a K-pop fan. I enjoy listening to, or you know, seeing what the top group in K-pop is doing. But you know, she's been kicked out. People are saying, obviously, you know, the reasons why, because she's married. No, that's unfair that SM have kicked her out because she's getting married, or she wants to get married. And I'm going to say right now that that's not the reason. It is not the reason. Flat out, it's not the reason. You know, the members are dating. There are lots of members in that group that are dating. And I'm sure that they're planning on getting married at some point. Maybe they're going to put it off until after the group, when they're done with the group. But, you know, you can get married to another, you know, a famous, someone who's rich, or another, you know, idol or Korean celebrity and stuff like that. And you can work through it. You can work that into your schedule as part of, you know, the group. No big deal. And that really isn't the reason, right? But considering all of the information that we've got, the reason that she's kicked out is because she kind of values her fashion career more than her career in Girls' Generation, which, in my opinion, and people are gonna hate me for this, but in my opinion, you know, Girls' Generation comes first. It came first. It's been the thing that she's been working on for 6-7 years at this point in time, or even longer. And, you know, just all of a sudden, like, I want to do fashion, and that's my number one priority. That's cool. That is really cool. I appreciate that. I would support that. Go become a, you know, amazing fashion person. Do it. I'm all for it. But you sign a contract with the company. You have a responsibility not only to the company and to the fans even, but you have more of a responsibility and commitment to the other members of the group, the other 8 members of the group, who are without a doubt putting things on hold while they work through their, you know, singing, their K-pop career, right? As members of Girls' Generation, they've probably put off a lot of things that they would have liked to do, but, you know, they have other commitments. Obviously, Girls' Generation comes first. And to have a member say, like, no, Girls' Generation, I appreciate, you know, you guys can put Girls' Generation first, but I'm going to do my thing. My thing's more important than your thing. Yeah. And so if I were the CEO of SM Entertainment, I wouldn't have stood for that. I would have kicked her right out. I would have been like, nah, you're not part of this group anymore. Get out. And that's what happened. So maybe or maybe not, the CEO and I and the other members, because apparently she was voted out as well, they kind of share the same mindset as I do. So, you know, you got to give your, you know, 100% commitment on stuff to the group. If you're not doing that, then you're out. Just flat out. That's what it is. And we don't really know what is true or what is not, but we're gonna lean more towards SM, because, you know, why would they? I mean, not like why would they lie? Of course they would lie. They would make some shit up. Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? But, you know, they're more reliable than all of the other news sources, but the news sources provide some insight and background into what they said, which they didn't reveal a whole lot. But, you know, what we've said with Tyler Kwan and her, you know, whole thing is that she's more involved with her relationship with him and doing fashion and trying to get into school in the United States and doing other stuff than she has been with, you know, promoting its Girls' Generation, which it's fine. You can do both. You just gotta balance. One's gotta come before the other. You gotta balance it, right? You gotta make people happy. Make people happy. So that's the thing, you know. In the official statement by SM, they said, you know, she was gonna do one more album. That's what they had agreed upon. And, you know, meanwhile they're gonna work something out so they could figure it out. And it's been like 6 months since the whole thing, you know, since the whole problem surfaced, and nothing's happened. So obviously this is the conclusion that everyone's come to. They couldn't work out something so that they could do both at the same time, and this is what you get. You get the biggest group in K-pop losing a member, and it's unfortunate. It really is, but that's the way it goes. It's business, man. You don't mess with someone's business interests, you don't do it. In any way, whether you're pursuing your own personal interests or not, you just don't screw with other people's money. Straight up, that's what it is. And SM has more power than she does, so you know, it's the way it goes, man. She's out. It's done. Girls' Generation is gonna be 8 from now until they're done, at least. So yeah, it's for, you know, as a K-pop fan, I'm not really particularly into Girls' Generation, but as someone who likes K-pop, it's quite a shock. You know, you never would have thought that Girls' Generation would, you know, suffer a member loss, or that they would be disbanding anytime soon. You gotta expect it was gonna happen. Something like this was gonna happen. Not something like this, but something like that. They were gonna disband. That the group would just end. It's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna happen some point in the near future. You don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen. And you know, this might be the start of the beginning of the end for the group. Maybe they've only got one more year left. Maybe they're just gonna put the entire group down, just gonna euthanize it, and it's gonna be done. Maybe this is the illness that the incurable illness that is gonna result in, you know, Girls' Generation just basically being killed, just so that you don't have there's no misery. I mean, I guess that's an analogy for something, or a metaphor, but you know, we'll see. SM has been going through some difficult times with all their groups. FX has been a fun thing. EXO also a fun thing as well. All kinds of stuff going on with SM. Hopefully they can get it together, because you know, Red Velvet, that's their, I guess, the only other group that they've got right now that doesn't really have any problems. They've got other rookies coming through soon, hopefully soon, because at the moment none of their groups are particularly strong, it would seem. So I'm hoping that SM comes back strong. They rebound from this. Hopefully Girls' Generation as well comes back, but who knows? I'm really unsure about that. It doesn't look very good for either of them, but you know, that's it. And I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, but I don't, so that's all I got. There we go. Those are my thoughts. You're gonna hate me. I anticipate the hate. If you have any hate, or if you think that I'm right or anything like that, leave comments down below. I would appreciate it. Don't be too mean though. Don't, because you know, if you're really mean, then I'm gonna do some moderating of my comments. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to, you know, moderate my comments. But if it comes to it, I will. So yeah, your comments and feedback and stuff are appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, more episodes of the K-Pop Blast, then subscribe to me. Check out the rest of my videos and subscribe if you like what you see. Also, give me a follow on Twitter as well. Helps me out, hit my follower goals that I set, and I appreciate some more followers on Twitter. So that is all I got. Thank you for watching. I will see you for the next episode of the K-Pop Blast. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.